a seat. The SS Megaplex is about to set sail. Come on in. There's an awful lot of you. No, I mean there's an awful lot of you. How many of you are there out there? I don't hear enough people. How many of you are there out there? There we go. I knew you were all out there. See, I'm blind by the light, and I'm revved up like a deuce. No, that was not a misheard lyric. All right. We're going to go, yes, thank you. We're going to go ahead and say two very important words before we get started. Welcome back! It's been a little bit of a crazy last year, I think. Maybe a little bit. We had to postpone the maiden voyage of the SS Megaplex for a year, but we did finally get it on the open sea. Right now the seas are calm. I don't know if it'll stay that way, but the seas are calm. We have a lot of fun things planned. We want to welcome you aboard the maiden voyage of this fantastic cruise ship. We also want to welcome you back to Megaplex. This is iteration number 19 of Megaplex. And we planned quite a few fun and interesting things. One of the things we want to make sure that we acknowledge is Megaplex has some very special guests. They are our guests of honor aboard this cruise ship. The first person you may be aware of, she goes by the name of Fraulein, but she is part of Hyena Agenda. How many people are familiar with Hyena Agenda? Cool. Is Frau in the audience? Yep. Yep. Okay, she is actually boarding. So she may have gotten stowed away with the cargo, we don't know, but we're finding her. Okay. We have another person who is unable to be here physically, but will be here virtually. One of our other guests of honor is Kyle Gold, noted author from the furry fandom. For health reasons, Kyle is actually sailing with us virtually. We might have him on Zoom in just a little bit, assuming that our nautical transmission units are working okay. And we have a third very special guest of honor. If you saw that video, he was on the part of the ship that was sinking. That's because he's tall enough to stand on his feet at the bottom of the ocean and his top hat will still be above water. Everybody, big round of applause for Alkali, right up here on the front row. Alkali, come on up here real quick. There's a little staircase right over here. We're going to give you, we have socially distant and very special microphones. We're going to give you microphone red. I know you don't need a microphone because your voice can reach all the way to the back of the room. There we go. That wasn't me.
You were the only one who touched it.
No, when I gave it to you, it happened.
Oh, so all of a sudden it's a ferret's fault.
Yes.
Notice how he announced that I was red microphone? It's so they could get the levels lower than his.
Blue is good.
Yeah, we can't be near each other.
How many people want to see red lights on their equipment versus blue lights on their equipment? Blue. There we go.
Excuse me, my Xbox turned into a wonderful paperweight the moment it got a red light on it.
Fair enough. I want to say a little hello to all of our Megaplex passengers.
Guys, thank you so much for inviting me out to be your guest of honor. I have no idea why. I was drunk and then I was here, so thank you.
Alkali is going to be joining us for a few very special events. A little later on today, if you've ever seen Box of Lies, he's going to be part of the Meet the Guest of Honor Box of Lies event. He's always a great co-host for that.
Oh, thank you.
He will also be helping me co-host a fun new game show tomorrow. It's called Who's in My Pants?
Of course it is, of course.
And that's really its name. It's on the schedule. If you read it, you will actually get it. It's a fun little game of 20 questions. We will get more information on that later. Alkali will also be helping to do a lot of charity fundraisers throughout the weekend. We will talk about the charity in just a moment.
you.
But is there anything else that you want to promote? Will you be in the dealer's room, perchance?
Myself, Zanny the Blue, and Pepper Coyote are in the dealer's den right on the entrance. Stop by just to have a conversation because, well, I flew and a bunch of stuff shattered in my luggage on the way here. So if you would like shot glass shards or good conversation, come over to the Dragon table.
All right, thanks so much, Alkali. Big round of applause for Alkali. Thank you, sir. And I'm going to turn that little button off so it doesn't do that again. All right. Again, I also want to make a special note to thank some very special people. If you noticed, there's a lot of people over here in orange and red shirts, and you will also notice people with Megaplex green, black, blue, and various other sundry colors, which denote departments. These are the hard-working, and I do mean kick-ass hard-working, board of directors, assistant directors, and staff of Megaplex. Can we have a big round of applause for these people? We decided we are not going to have everybody come up on stage for social distancing purposes and because I did not want to give them my microphone. So, but we are all over here. If you want to say a quick hello, we are masked, everything is good. But we're going to be really busy this weekend. But if you do see a hardworking staff member and you really appreciate what they're doing, stop by and say thank you, or at least acknowledge what they're doing. None of us get paid for this. Believe it or not, we don't. Oh, what is this?
We have a badge here that belongs to Scooby because somebody paid for this.
Oh, I remember this.
Come up here, boat.
Yeah, during our charity auction, people get to name the con chair for the weekend, and his nickname. Oh, and we have Kyle Gold on the screen. But this is our chairman. His name for the weekend is Boat. So everybody, big round of applause for the Boat.
Whoever's responsible, I will find you, and I will find an iceberg.
Thank you very much. Scooby, also known as Boat. On the screens, our third guest of honor, Kyle Gold, is remoting in to say a quick hello to us. Everybody, big round of applause for Kyle. How are you doing, Kyle?
I wish I could be there with you guys, because then it would be 10 in the morning and not 7 in the morning. But I'm glad to be here in whatever capacity I can.
We are glad that you are joining us as well. Kyle will be zooming in for Meet the Guest of Honor a little later, and we will be playing a fun game of Box of Lies with Kyle. I don't think Kyle knows quite what he's in for, so we'll clue him in just a little bit. Just be prepared to either be horrified or amazed, one or the other. Because Blitz has a really whacked out sense of humor in what he puts in the boxes.
What's in the box?
Yes. Kyle, did you want to tell a couple of people if there's anything in the dealer's room or places where they can buy some of your literature and some of the things you worked on?
I'm actually not sure. I don't know if any of the publishers are participating in the online dealer's den. I don't think any of them are there in person, but if you go to pretty much any book publisher, they will probably have something that I did.
And for those that are not familiar, Kyle made an amazing series called Out of Position. Really great series. If you like it, applaud. I love that. Dev is an amazing character. Also, I believe Waterways is another title that a lot of people are familiar with. Are there any other titles you want to let people know about, or anything in the works?
I will talk more about things. I don't want to take up too much time here, but I'll talk more about things at the reading tonight if people are going to attend that.
Perfect. So there will be an online reading, and Kyle will be giving more information about things. So data to come. Thanks a bunch, Kyle. We'll touch base with you in a little while, okay? Thanks again. Kyle Gold, everybody. Megaplex is also very fortunate. We like to support charity, and we have a recurrent charity that we are very fond of and we like to do a lot of work with. They are the CARE Foundation. They support Florida wildlife ecology and rehabilitation of a lot of animals that for whatever reason cannot return to the wild on their own. They would not survive. Is CARE here with us? Do we know?
Kristen just arrived.
just arrived. So we'll get Kristen over here in just a bit. So we will go back to that. There are a few other things we want to take care of housekeeping-wise. The Con store is open now. You could pick up t-shirts and things there earlier, like last night, but now we have a lot of fun things for sale, including some wonderful beach towels. If you want to take one home with you, you can have a Megaplex beach towel to wrap up your body as you get out of the shower. Please take a shower every day of this con. If you're a fursuiter, every time you get out of suit with soap. Huh? Oh, they're open at 11 today. Sorry, not at 10. Yep, 10 o'clock the rest of the weekend, but today they're opening at 11. It's a little delayed, but that's okay. We also are going to be supporting the charity through a charity auction. CARE actually did suffer quite a bit of a financial hit over the last year. You can imagine a lot of organizations did. The animals still need to be maintained. They need their enclosures kept up, they need to be fed. And animals like the baby, also known as Chimera, do eat a lot of food. A lot of food, over 50 to 100 pounds a day. And that's meat, so it's not cheap. And there are other animals, tigers and bears and raccoons and foxes and all kinds of things. Some of those animals will be in the dealer's den, so you can kind of walk up and say hello to them, get a little information. They will also be doing a presentation on Sunday morning, if you'd like to come up and see some of them in person up here and maybe take some pictures with them. But we will be doing a charity auction, and we are very fortunate. He is on his way here. He's not yet arrived in Orlando, but Uncle Kagi is coming, and he will be hosting our charity auction this year. So we're very excited to have Kagi as another person. We have lots of people from cons from all over the country here. We're really glad that all of you have joined us. But we're very fortunate that Kagi wanted to be here. I'm sorry, I'm walking around. I'm going in and out of the light, so I apologize. Couple of other things. From a security perspective, please be sure to wear your badges. If you see a plastic badge like this one, that's a staffer or a special guest. Everybody else should have the badge that looks like the credit card. Please wear that at all times. You may be asked to flip it around so we can see it. That is your key to getting onto the steamship Megaplex. Without it, you will be asked to leave the con space. And most of this part of the building, including the hallways, are part of our con space. So you must display your badge any place where you see a Megaplex sign. Okay? Please. Also, because we are doing a little extra security, masks are part of the code of conduct this year. So if you are in the con space, unless you're on stage, wear something that will cover your nose and mouth. If you don't, we will ask you one time to put it on. Failure to do so may get you in a conversation with security you don't want to have. And this is for the hotel's sake as well as ours. Please, we're trying to be nice. We want to be friendly. Let's obey that rule. One other thing that we want to kind of talk about is we are trying to be safe. We are trying to make things fun. We want to be lighthearted. Alkali, can you come up here for a second, please? I know you just said, oh no, you need to stay down here.
You are terrible at instructions.
I'm instructing you now, stay right here. Who here, it's their very first time to Megaplex? Raise your hands. There's a lot of you, holy moly. Alkali, I would like you to walk up and down the aisle in some way, and I want you to select a single first-time attendee. Just one. Randomly, you go out, you pick one. Wave your hands, try to get his attention. If you are a first-time attendee, wave your hand, let Alkali see you. Who have you selected, Alkali?
Or salami stitched over your window. Which one?
Come on up here. Come on up here. Alkali, if you could please make sure that this gentleman is standing beside you. We have a gift for you as a first-time attendee. I want you to show off what it is you're about to get. Yep. You got it? Ladies and gentlemen, we normally have a little thing where the staff likes to interact with you by giving out hall achievements. Many of you may be aware of that. They're a little gift that you get just for doing something in ConSpace. There have been so many of you thanking and interacting with the staff last night. We actually gave out almost every achievement before the con even started, which is weird. However, this one cannot be done so because the only way you can get it is to come to opening ceremonies as a first-time attendee. So this is one of the last achievements. If you got one last night, fantastic. If not, there are still many other things that the staff is going to be doing to make the con fun for you. Also, we mentioned this yesterday during a staff meeting, but we're going to mention it again. If you got one of these things, big hats off to Blitz. He is our programming director. Blitz hand wove each of these things. If you hold it up, he made about 5 a night over the course of 20 days to make 100 of these by hand. It was a labor of love. That shows you the kind of dedication Blitz and everybody puts into this con. So big round of applause to Blitz for going through all that effort and missing lots and lots of TV. And Alkali wants to talk, and I'm going to turn it on.
That's always helpful.
And you want to walk forward so it doesn't do that buzzy thing. There you go.
It almost happened. Just wanted to thank every single first-time attendee here. This is actually my second Megaplex. I fell in love with this con in 2019. I've been jonesing to come back, and then they made me guest of honor because they're crazy. But on top of that, with these little awards, I have to let you know the first award that was giving out at this convention was to my mate for losing their badge 1 minute into getting it, being the first person to lose their badge at the con. Lost it on the walk from registration to outside of registration. So thank you for making that a fun one. And dude, welcome to your first convention. Hope to see more of you.
Thanks a bunch, Alkali. We just got word, Kristen, the representative of the CARE Foundation, is actually still parking. However, she does have live animals with her, and they're going to be getting those over to the dealer's room shortly. So she's actually not going to make opening ceremonies, but we do encourage you, when the dealer's room opens at 11, to please head over there, check out some of the fantastic little critters that are coming to visit and help raise money for the CARE Foundation. We have one other little thing that we're going to do. I'm going to ask a couple of our staff members and board members to come on up here real quick. Megaplex is very fortunate to have a sister convention down in South America. It is Brazil Fur Fest. The staff of Brazil Fur Fest could not be here. They normally do staff with us, but because of travel restrictions right now, they can't make it. However, we like everybody in the furry fandom to know we are one big happy family, even if we're all kind of playfully competing as conventions. We're all kind of under the same big umbrella. We want everybody to have a big fuzzy happy time. And furry is universal. So is friendship. So Megaplex and Brazil Fur Fest want to say a big thank you to everybody for coming here today. And to all our friends in Brazil, I'm going to get down there one day, and I'm going to try that drink that you keep threatening me with, and I'm not going to remember a damn thing about it. One last thing, thank you guys, appreciate that. One last thing I want to mention, Megaplex is family friendly. We try very hard to make things friendly for members of every family, young and old, and there is somebody from my family in attendance today. I want to say a big happy thank you for coming to my mother, who is on the front row. There she is right there in the white dress, looking very pretty. She has already told Alkali that he had to bring me a glass of water to keep me hydrated. Twice. Thank you, Mom, for looking out for my throat, and I promise I'll be good. When you're not looking. When you are looking. When you're not looking, no promises. All right, we're going to keep this short because we know you guys have lots of better things to do than sit up here listening to me yammer for half an hour. Before we do, anybody have any questions? Any thoughts? Everybody happy to be here? I think you can do a little bit better than that. Are you happy to be here? Everybody, welcome to the maiden voyage of the SS Megaplex and Megaplex 19. Go have fun, stay on board, and we'll have a lot more fun things for you to do shortly.
Jamaica. Jamaica, oh, I wanna take you. Bermuda, Bahama, come with me, mama.